Ed, you've guided AJ's career from day one to here. Was it tough seeing Jarrell Miller getting right in his face and pestering him and being horrible to him? Because even us British reporters didn't like seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I remember what happened, and it wasn't just Jarrell Miller failing his drugs tests, trying to beat Anthony Joshua. It was the fact that we had to fight Andy Ruiz after that and lost. So he sort of caused a big mess. But I like Jarrell. He's a character, and I think you need that. But when people see AJ sort of bite a little bit and want to go in and chin Jarrell Miller, you shouldn't be surprised. That's just the fire in him, and I want to see that fire in him this week. So if he knocks out Otto Wallin, we want to say a big thank you to Jarrell Miller for getting him fired up for the fight.
Be the first time that I suppose you and Matchroom have really cheered on Daniel Dubois. I suppose he's on the other side, isn't he?
I really like Daniel. I've only met him recently. I think he's quite a funny guy. I think it's a really interesting fight. Like Daniel can really punch, but we do know that when it starts getting on top, and if it goes 5 or 6 rounds, it might start getting on top against Jarrell Miller. He's a big lump. I think he's talking about coming in 24, 25 stone or something for this fight. Once he leans on you and starts pulling you down, and that's going to have an effect on Daniel. So he's got to be mentally right for this fight as well. But hopefully he does the business.
You've been driven mad by questions about AJ's mindset for this, largely because he's good with the media and he was very quiet the other night. But do you understand why people worry about his mindset? Because he's got 3 heavyweights here all slagging him off all week. It's not him totally in control of a show like he would be with you and Matchroom. It's just very different all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think that, even Wilder said it last night. He goes, wow, you guys are actually pretty harsh on AJ. Like, leave the guy alone, let him fight. Not necessarily you, Wally, but, just in general. And I think we all psychoanalyse everything that he says. Like, a lot of people have slagged him off over the years. And when he comes face to face with them, he's real enough not to just go, hello, mate, how are you? And if he wants to be a bit off with someone who's slagged him off for years, he's going to be. I don't see the problem with that. So,
a bit like your mate Carl Froch.
Yeah, well, no one's really slagged Froch off. He just decides to have the hump with him anyway. So I just think that he's done trying to be the perfect role model and ambassador that he felt was his obligation to be. He's comfortable in himself. He's going to behave how he wants to behave. He's a fighter. He's a prize fighter. He's here to take someone's head off. And just if he wants to do an interview where he's a little bit short and aggressive, good. I want to see him being short and aggressive in the ring on Saturday against Otto Wallin.
Eddie, you're sitting around planning your Christmas lunch, a beautiful, big, traditional one. I'm sure your dad's involved, sharpening his knife. And you want to have 3 lovely guests for good conversation, maybe a couple of glasses of wine, but nothing too mad. Dead or alive, who's sitting around the Hearn table?
I think it's got to be the people where you're kind of looking at and going, I can't believe you're here, right? So we're going to go Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, and I want to know more about how Christopher Columbus found America. So Christopher Columbus, Nelson Mandela, and Winston Churchill.
I thought you was going to say Christopher Eubank Jr. then. I thought you can't get him on a negotiation table, let alone Christmas.
Definitely not. I'm not having my Christmas ruined.
The dinner's gone away, the turkey's tucked away. I'm sure you've not eaten too much with a new look. New Year's Eve's around the corner. You're planning a party, maybe 5-10 years ago before you got healthy. Yeah. Are you phoning up now that there's probably a few more glasses of wine, maybe a bit of Gareth's tequila?
I guess if you want a wild one, George Best, Alex Higgins, and Gaza. There you go. I mean, that's going to be a lively night, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not sure how long I'd last. I think I'll be asleep by 11, but it'll be a lively one.